Hi, folks. It's Allan, and we're sitting across from the Ashbridges Bay Yacht Club in Toronto, Ontario. And I just want to talk about ranting. The idea of the new Senior Sailors channel actually was, to get off topic sometimes rather than with my eMarina channel where it's all about how to and etc. So I thought this might be a good place to be able to go off topic a little bit because I think many senior sailors may have the same feelings that I do. So I'd love to hear from you if you're one of those people. You can just make a comment below if you like. Now, and while you're at it, by the way, you may want to just give me a thumbs up and what else you do? Oh, yes, become. I get notified each time that I post a video. So, at any rate, what are we going to rant about today? I think probably, why don't we rant about cyclists? Because I am an avid cyclist, and it drives me nuts to see other cyclists flaunt. Now, I'm going to say Highway Traffic Act, but in your province or state, it's probably called something else, but it's basically regulates vehicles. And in my province, a vehicle is anything with, I think it said two wheels, even if it's powered by muscle power. So a bicycle is a vehicle. It's not a motor vehicle. It's a vehicle. So at any rate, what do they do? Well, I have to confess that I am a rolling stop sign person. In our city, if there's not a traffic light, an intersection has a four-way stop, almost without exception, minor intersections. So quite often, there is no traffic. So when you pull up to a four-way stop, you can see ahead, behind, either side, no traffic. Do you pull to a complete stop, as the Highway Traffic Act insists? Well, probably most of us don't. But and if there's nothing coming, I slow, check for pedestrians, look around. My vision is excellent as a cyclist, and then proceed. Now, I do stop at traffic lights. Traffic lights are there. You never know. Sometimes they're, what are they, five function, where they stop, go, and sometimes there's an advanced green, and sometimes not an advanced green. Sometimes there's an arrow. An arrow indicates just whatever the turn indicates with the arrow. And by George, one night I was driving my wife's car, coming along a one-way street, just coming to a major intersection where there was a traffic light. The light turned green, but because it was raining and late at night, it was very dark. The pavement was dark, the sky was dark, the whole thing. Out of nowhere comes a cyclist with no lights, wearing black clothing, and driving the wrong way on the one-way street. He was making a left turn in front of me. Luckily, I saw him. Otherwise, there'd be a white bike, a ghost bike, in that location, because there's no way we could have been saved. So I do beg cyclists to realize that you are mortal. If the vehicle you strike, or you strike the vehicle, whichever one, if you're going more than about 20 kilometers an hour, I believe, usually the injuries are fatal. So you really need to make sure that you look after yourself by not going out and doing the kamikaze cyclist thing that I heard someone say. I hope it's not rude. So at any rate, that's certainly one thing that we could talk about. So just put the comments below. The other thing I find is just plain rudeness these days. Perhaps a lot of people don't realize they're being rude because they're in a hurry. I could understand, the cashier at the food store, he or she is knocking out, I guess, hundreds of orders in a day. And I could really imagine that, yeah, that would be a job where you wouldn't really spend a lot of time chatting with anybody. And if you did, you'd probably annoy the customers behind. So I think other than that, I think it's really important that we get back to our old way of doing things. We communicated differently in the old days. If I came from Europe, and a lot of Canadians can say that they came from Europe and Asia and South Asia and Africa and the Caribbean. However, as someone who did come from Europe, we tend to talk indirectly. So in other words, if we want something, we'll probably say something like, "Hi, how you doing today? You all right then?" Things like that. And then you get into why you really started the conversation. Your coup is eating my grass. No, that's not the reason, but you understand, I'm sure. So what happens is, of course, people just come to you and say, what can I grab you? First time I thought it was, where can I grab you? And I said, oh, no, thanks. But then again, it's it's really bad when people just can't take the time to say hello, how are you today, things like that. And that does happen. I mean, I'm not saying everyone through it, but I see a large number of people. Now, let's get back to the Highway Traffic Act. In Ontario, and I guess it's probably like that in many provinces and states, you can make a right-hand turn on a red light, providing, I think it says, it is safe to do so. So in other words, no traffic coming, no pedestrians, that sort of thing. And cities like Montreal, where there's a lot of cyclists, have banned the right turn law. So that's just a city. But the problem is that people aren't stopping. If people would stop, they wouldn't have to change the rules. Right? So let's everybody start by stopping at the red light when we're making a right-hand turn, looking left, looking right, looking around for pedestrians. And then if the way is clear to go, then you can make that right-hand turn. Stopping is very, very important. One time I was going to take pictures, but I didn't. One time I saw like 6 cars at a traffic light making a right turn. Nobody even slowed down. Where is everyone going? I'm asking. Where are they going? So at any rate, hey, we did 3 rants. That's probably enough. So I would like you to make comments about my rant, and good or bad, and maybe you have one of your own. If you have a phone, you can make one too. If you contact me at the email address below, then I will be able to tell you how you can send me that file. Okay? I always like to close with my favorite saying. Fair winds, my friends. Fair winds.